Hi everyone, it's Marcy here from Stampin' with Marcy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I sell all of the fabulous Stampin' Up! Products that I share with you. Today I am here with the Creating Kindness design team for their monthly blog and video hop. And this month our theme is texture. So to create texture in a card, there are many different ways you can go about that. But what I have done is I have taken an embossing folder. I've used the Tasteful Textile embossing folder from the new annual catalog. And I've added a gold hoop. I've added some ribbon and some metallic thread there, as well as some die cut leaves and some embellishments, just to really bring it all together. But that creates quite a bit of texture to this card. So today I am using the brand new Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set and the sunflower dies. I am using these two dies right here. And I am using the brand new Just Jade color, in color. That is my the cardstock, as well as the in color in enamel dot. So I'm using the Just Jade here. So let's get started. So to get the, it's very difficult to see, but I have sponged a bit of the Petal Pink ink onto my embossing folder before I ran it through my embossing machine, just to add a little bit more color and dimension to that. So let's just move that out of the way and that out of the way. So I'm just taking a sponge and I am inking it up, and I'm dabbing off some of the excess. I want to get it loaded up onto my sponge before I take it to my embossing folder. So I am then going to take my embossing folder and I am just going to, here and there, just add some of that ink. It's going to be a lighter look rather than taking the ink pad right directly to the embossing folder. So I'm going to close that up, and I'm not sure if you can actually see that. If I hold that, can you see that there is just that subtle color there? So now what I'm going to do is take and very carefully lay my cardstock. This is just Whisper White. I'm laying it on my embossing folder and very carefully closing it and then running it through my Big Shot here. Now, all of the measurements for my card will be found on my blog. Right here, www.stampinwithmarcy.com, as well as all of the product links to purchase any of the supplies that I have used. Okay, so as you can see, we've got some subtle color throughout our embossed piece. And to stretch your cardstock out after it's been embossed, sometimes your 3Ds can shrink it either vertically or horizontally. So what I like to do is just flip that over and take my hand and just kind of stretch that out just that little bit more. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, I have splattered some Wink of Stella. I'm not sure if my camera is going to pick that up, but I have splattered some Wink of Stella across this, as well as my two leaves. So what I'm going to do is take my Wink of Stella and my bone folder, and I'm just going to tap that across, going from the bottom right hand corner to the top left hand corner, trying to get some big splatters here as well, just to add that little bit more to it. As you can see, set that aside to dry for a moment, and I just want to get a smidge more on here. So just tapping it. Okay, I don't want too much, just a little bit to give it that sparkle. Okay, so I am also using the gold hoop embellishments. You get 10 in a pack, and unfortunately these are on back order right now, but they will be back in stock fairly quickly. As everybody knows, shipping right now is, we do have issues because of COVID, and I have a piece of the white linen ribbon as well as some gold thread here, and I have attached a tiny glue dot there to hold it in place, and I am just going to tie this around, and that glue dot is going to help also keep it attached to my gold hoop. So I'm just adding all of these extra elements just to add that little bit more interest and detail to my card. So let's flip that so that that gold is showing on either side, and I've just knotted it like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take my scissors and snip there and there. Okay, oh, this side here is just a smidge longer, so we can just snip that. All right, and then just shake that into the garbage bin. Okay, so next we're going to take gray granite, and we are going to stamp our sentiment, "Know that you are loved." And I'm using thick whisper white as I'm going to fussy cut this out. So I find that the thick whisper white gives you that little bit more substance to your cardstock when you are fussy cutting. All right, so, and then we're going to also, before we close up the ink, we're going to stamp that little sunflower just on the inside here. And this again is gray granite, and we just want that bottom corner. Now, not all of the design team members do videos, but the ones that do, they will be linked below in the video description, so please check that out so that you can see what the other design team members have created. And for all of the rest of the design team members, please visit my blog to get all of the blog posts so that you can hop around with us. I know that there will be some fabulous projects as always. Okay, we're just adding a little bit of liquid glue here. It's my adhesive of choice. Gives me that few more moments to adjust the placement of my cardstock in case I haven't got it stuck down quite straight like this time. So you can just quickly adjust. Okay, and then because my Wink of Stella, the bigger splatters, are not quite dry, that's why I flipped it upside down so that I'm not rubbing that Wink of Stella everywhere. Okay, so now center this. And to attach my hoop, I am going to take a couple mini glue dots and I'm going to roll them. So I'm going to make sure that I've got one here. Whoop. And hopefully, if I put one here, stretching it slightly, I just want a couple on here so that it really does give it stability and my hoop will not fall off my card front. There we go, that should be good. And they should be hidden behind my leaf. I'm just going to take and manipulate that just a smidge more. Okay. Now we're going to just stick that right there. And now my hoop is attached. Okay, so now we are going to take a little bit of glue. Now this is going to take a few more moments to dry, so hopefully I've hit the spots that is going to. No, I have not. So it's this down here and this one up here. So what we're going to do is put that there, take my finger and wipe those off. And attach that and that. Actually, let's give you, because it's going to sag, so I'm going to actually quickly take that off and give it a little tiny sliver of my dimensionals to give that stability. That one. And that one. Peel those backings off. So everything I am sharing with you is now available to be purchased from the annual catalog. The catalog went live yesterday, so that is fabulous. If you live in Canada and do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you work with, I would love the opportunity to earn your business. And if you have a wish list that is greater than $100, I would love it if you joined my SASSY Stampers team of demonstrators. You don't have to sell. You can just be a happy discount shopper and get all of your products at a discount. if you'd like more information, please contact me. I'd be happy to have a little discussion with you about the Stampin' Up! Opportunity. Okay, so now that I know where that's going to hit, I can just have a touch of glue there. Hold it for a moment. And, whoop. A touch of glue there. Alright, so while that is drying, let's quickly fussy cut out our sentiment. By fussy cutting this out, it just adds that little bit more to your project, I feel. Okay, so I've just cut off the excess, so I'm going to come in here. Turning my cardstock. We don't have a die for our letters, so, and it's easy enough to just quickly cut around. Trying to make sure that I'm staying in camera view so you can see exactly how I'm cutting this. Showing you how easy it is. If you haven't tried cutting your sentiments out like this, I do encourage you to give it a whirl. And we're straight across. Let's just get rid of that. We're straight across there. And then just slip that right back in. Now you don't have to do this. You could use a label die or a punch, whatever suits you. Okay, so now we are just going to take a couple of the mini dimensionals. So to make sure that I'm getting it where it's not going to be hitting that loop. And then I do want to, you can see where I'm snipping up. Those border pieces are always very handy to take a little snip off. Give you that tinier, use my take your pick tool here, that tinier little section. Peel these off. Okay, now we want to put this right about here, making sure that it is stuck down straight. We don't want it to be crooked. Okay, and now I want to add my enamel dots. So I'm going to just, I always like to put some liquid adhesive down first, so that way I am sure that my embellishment is not going to come off in the mail. So we're just going to pop one there, there, and there. And our card is complete. So here is my original. And here is the one that I created with you today. Thank you so much for taking a few moments of your day to join us for the Creating Kindness Monthly Hop. Remember to visit my blog to get the measurements as well as product links to be purchasing anything that you have seen me use that you may want to add to your crafting supply. Remember, I am in Canada, and if you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you work with, I would love the opportunity to earn your business. And don't forget to check that the links below to hop along with the rest of the team that has created videos. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.